Right, hey, welcome. This is the second WOLVEN ZULLEN HUILEN podcast, the White Filth Vinyls, Fine Blood Records podcast. Yeah, we kind of have...
Hi guys.
Hey. Here with Thomas and Jens, the usual suspects. We kind of have a program for tonight in the sense that we wanted to structure it in some kind of way. So the first thing we're going to do is missed records of 2018. Just shit we picked up from other people's top 5s, top 10s, top 20s, then a playlist. Then we're going to do a Roadburn special for the people only listening to audio. I air quoted special. And then the third part is going to be the classic left-hand choices, so 5 record picks, and then we'll talk about those. For now, that's going to be the way the podcast is going. So yeah, missed top 2018. Anybody wants to do the first one?
He's going to start.
Yeah.
Jens is going to start.
I check all the notes. What I didn't include last time, because at that time I felt it wasn't worthy of including it for the top 10. Kids See Ghosts. Kanye West, Kid Cudi. I listened to it a lot when it came out, but I'm not a big Kid Cudi fan.
I know one song of his, and then
I loved it when it came out, then I got bored with it, then I loved it again, and then I stopped listening to it. But I picked it up again a few weeks ago and I've been listening to it a lot, and for me it's one of the best records of last year, and I see it popping up in a lot of the end of year lists like Needle Drop, etc. I saw it popping up in like top 5s everywhere, and it made me revisit it, and at the end of the day it's a really solid record.
It's another one of those short records, right?
Yeah, it's like 7 songs only.
7 songs, short songs.
Ideal format for me, but it's.
That was one of the records that was mentioned a lot in a lot of top 10s, yeah.
So definitely one I revisited and still like.
They also have this crazy video footage on YouTube from the Odd Future festival that they are performing in some kind of hanging container.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did a tour in the United States.
Yeah, really, and
with that hanging container. Oh, okay. I only saw the images from that one. Yeah, that's a record I haven't heard yet. So
yeah, it's
good.
It's good. It's very straightforward.
Is it more Kanye or more Cudi or just perfect mix?
I feel it's a bit more Cudi, and I think that's why I had a bit more difficulty.
Yeah, I literally know one song from that guy, and that's the Aoki remix. So.
Yeah, please, yeah.
Aoki?
Steve Aoki.
Steve Aoki. Oh my gosh.
18 little remix.
So, yeah, definitely one. Another one that I completely forgot about until recently, Denzel Curry, Taboo, was actually one of my most listened to records of the year, and for some reason I didn't include it. Saw him live a few months ago as well, was really good.
And Tricks?
Yeah, it was one of the best shows of the year for me. It's usually one of the newer hip hop acts live, isn't much really worth visiting, but it was a really good live show, a really good album, much better than all the other contemporary hip hop in my opinion.
It's one of the guys that floated on top of the entire cesspool of all those MCs. Cesspool is a bad word, but that's one even I noticed coming up, especially that Taboo release.
It's one of the brighter MCs.
Maybe.
All the little pumps and all the...
Yeah, exactly. It's my feeling as well. So, and he's been around for like forever as well, and it's only with the new release that he really got picked up, and picked up is still a big word.
Last week he recorded the Rage Against the Machine cover.
Yeah. Which was, all in all, was kind of great video.
It was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I loved it too. That was kind of out of his comfort zone maybe, but you can definitely draw a line between what they were doing, what he's doing. Yeah, that was good.
A lot of energy.
A lot of energy, that's true.
Yeah. What else? It's a band whose first record I listened to a lot, Super Unison.
Oh yeah, Death Wish.
Yeah, and the second album, Stella, it's also something I completely missed out on until a few weeks ago, actually, like a month ago, I only found out it was released. Really good.
So the 2018 album is the second one?
I think it's the second one, yeah.
Okay.
It was really good. It's a bit, music-wise, it's a bit strange. It feels like a more later Discord type, but a bit more aggressive, and it's the girl from Punch on vocals. So
came out at the same time that Gouchway record came out, so it kind of fell a bit on the wayside.
It's probably in a similar.
It wouldn't be crazy to see those two on a tour or something like that.
So that's one I've been listening to a lot lately as well.
Bunch the power violence band.
Yeah, like trashy power violence. So it's good. The vocals really offset the music a bit. It's not too straightforward record, even though it listens very easily. It's a good album. What else do they have? Almond Dunes, Freedom.
Oh yeah.
Came out pretty early in the year, I think 2018, so it completely slipped for me. I was pissed because I didn't get to see him live that year as well, so I probably just left it off.
It was in the middle of the year, I think, somewhere.
Yeah.
So I kind of remember when it came out. It was just before the festival season.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that might be why it's a really solid album, actually.
Is that Sacred Bones?
Yeah, Sacred Bones as well. Are we doing a top 5 or?
Yeah, just one more.
I think Earl Sweatshirt.
Okay.
Some rap songs. Yeah. Also, I only heard about it a few weeks ago that he had a new album. It's really good. A lot of samples, short tracks, but it's good. It's everything he does is good.
Yeah. It was kind of a quiet release, I think, because they don't have the backing from Our Future anymore, because that entire scene just dropped down.
Yeah. Went pretty low profile.
Yeah. Because when you think back, like say 5 years, I could name all the rappers in that scene. Now I have to think about. And there were even some solo albums I was waiting for, like Don't Want Genesis or something like that never came out. So that was just an explosion, and then it exploded.
I don't think anyone really cares about it.
No, I just think Frank Ocean was the main product that
Tyler and Frank Ocean.
Tyler, Frank Ocean, and then Earl, which is the underdog for the entire future scene, in my opinion. Because I don't think he has a bad record starting from the first to the new one.
No, all solid material.
Yeah, very true. Thomas, you want to go, or I'm going?
I listen mostly electronic music, as you might have expected.
Weird.
Starting off with DJ Richard. I don't even know how to pronounce it, what the record is called, but these Aeroxenox.
Good guess. Very good guess.
Yeah, I don't know how to call some glitchy, futuristic, deconstructed electronic.
Okay.
It's really cool. It's on Dial Records.
Dial.
D-I-A-L. Yeah. Then first I've written down Dedeke and Land Age, but apparently, according to Discogs, it was already released in 2017. So at the end of 2017. It's like listening to dubby house music while floating in a lava lamp. That's how I would describe it. But anyway, it's a super cool record.
Okay. But it's 2007. Not that it matters, but
yeah, no, it's 2017. Whatever. Dedicant Cut. It's an ambient. Tahoe is a record called. It's released on Cranky Records. It's ambient. I know. I can't really add much anything else. That's, it's an ambient
just
record.
ambient.
Yeah.
I have a lot of videos where I just go, I don't know.
Yeah, it's ambient.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Jens, last time we recorded, Jens said something about the H-Coin EP. And since we talked about that record during the podcast, I revisited extensively. It's really A+. It's only 2 songs, but it's especially the first track on the EP is.
I kind of picked up out of the conversation on WhatsApp that would be in your list.
Yeah.
You're raving literally and figuratively.
Yes, and of course released on the Push Isolation once more. Then I added Boy Harsher, but the record has been released in 2019 already.
Jesus.
So,
no problem.
Some synthwave, punky, post-punky, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, that too. You introduced it to me.
Yeah.
Really, introduced it to me, but
really danceable. Really, just sounds really good. And there are a couple of tracks on here that are extremely just great songs. So
I've listened to one song, I think, or a few songs, but I haven't listened to the entire record.
Yeah.
It's a full length.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's released on Nude Club Records.
Nice.
I haven't heard of that.
It's really good. It's very. It's a very obvious.
Yeah, but there are 2 tracks on it extremely good.
Exactly.
Really earworms, and you know.
What do you mean with obvious?
It's like a really on the nose. It's so obvious what they're trying to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's no real surprises anyway, but it's so good.
Far from it, but
yeah, it was really good.
Okay.
Then I added Raime, and I work in communications, and the record is called Am I Using Content or is Content Using Me? And that, for me, that was really something that's interesting. Also some glitchy, dubby, electronic, bassy music. I don't know. Yeah,
I didn't know there was a new album, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's like an EP.
Oh, okay.
Like
The last thing I heard was like, what was it, Tooth or?
Yeah,
I guess.
just like 5 or 6 songs on it. But again, really nice record. If you're into electronics,
Yeah.
you should check it out.
Okay.
It was released on different circles. But that's it for me.
All right. So a lot of things to check out. I have chosen 5 too. The first one was the Gazelle Twin Pastoral Records. I got to know her because it's a female on. She's called Elizabeth Bedenholz. I'm going to use my papers. Record came out on Anti-Ghost Moon Ray Records. It is. I saw her live once at Pukkelpop and I didn't know what to do with it. It's kind of.
Yeah, we saw her live too.
Yeah, I think I've seen her like
Brussels.
2 or 3 times, and the last time was in Brussels. So.
I'm always very, very confused when I hear the records and when I see the live performance just once. But
What did she do during that live performance?
it was, I think Pukkelpop. It has to be 3 years ago or something like that. What did she do? She played her loops and then kind of went nuts over it. But that was the time when she had that weird kind of mask going on with the blue hoodie and stuff.
Yeah.
Now she she has this more, I don't know, the look is still very weird. It kind of reminds me of that the Knife Fever Ray kind of scene. The sound is very sterile, kind of ethereal on the new record, and it kind of works in these classical structures translated into pop music. That's kind of what she's going for. Yeah, it is just so weird, and I like it when I know an artist for maybe like 3 or 4 years and I still don't know what I found or what I found good about it. So the fact that the album cover really got to me, the way she looks, the way she presents herself, and then the total package. Alright, we had to cut because the backup camera fell out. Now, great time to present what we're listening to. This is Crypt Vapor with Erotik Maniac. A record I picked up from a Greek label a while ago. Yeah. Greek. It was a Greek black metal label that had this in the height of.
So you saw the cover and you were like,
No, I heard Erotik Maniac and I was
triggered.
The fact that a black metal label had this one.
Yeah,
I was in the entire synth wave.
Okay.
So yeah, my second one is the Boy Genius EP. I kind of went for all albums that are not in my lane because there is not a black metal album on here. The Boy Genius is a project consisting of 3 female singers, Julian Baker, Phoebe Bridgers, and Lucy Dales. Very Americana, very singer-songwriter. Yeah, music is about breakups and relationships and stuff like that. I think I
mentioned it last week.
Yeah, I mentioned Julian Baker. She is the MVP in this. I'm kind of talking about the Boy Genius EP because I want to talk about Julian Baker because she is actually the one I like best. But I didn't know we had to cheat, or we could cheat and choose records from 2007.
I listen to so much, so much music. Man, it's all a blur to me. So
the EP is 5 tracks, or I'm not sure. I think 6 tracks. And it's just really beautiful harmonies. 3 girls singing. Julian Baker is excellent on guitar. She has this, and especially in her solo work, it kind of swells and swells, but it never breaks. bit like Vark. We talked about that a lot. The track to check on the Boy Genius is the I can't read my own lyrics. There's only one track on Bandcamp, so check that one. But especially Rejoice and Funeral Pyre for Julian Baker are excellent tracks to start with. She has a lot of stuff on YouTube. I think Pitchfork Live that has 2 gigs that are just I don't know. It does something to me. She's performing with the Terror shirts, so.
Terror the hardcore band.
Terror the hardcore band. They're also presenting themselves as X Boy Genius X, so they kind of have a hardcore background. Edgy.
Oh, okay, sounds.
Anyway, kind of out of my element, but I love it.
What's the next one? 25 to Life? Or
that was.
What are we aiming for here today?
Duracell or Troda or something.
I wish they had a new record. Let's see. I even wrote down the record. There are on Matador, and then the Julian Baker stuff is also on 6131 Records. The third one is Young Fathers with Coco Sugar on Ninja Tune. You know Young Fathers? Yeah. I kind of fell off on them when they did all the EP stuff. I kind of checked it, but never checked it. And then this came up on some podcast top 10. So I jumped back on it, knowing that this was on Ninja Tune, which I absolutely fucking adore. This is a hip-hop trio in the same vein that Shabazz Palaces or Clipping is a hip-hop trio. It's not really straightforward beats. I wrote down it's more TV on the radio than Wu-Tang.
Yeah,
that kind of sums the entire thing up. They did a track for Trainspotting 2, Only God Knows, and that's kind of when I got reacquainted with the band. A trio from Edinburgh, Liberia, and Nigeria. Yeah, it's just a great record. It really reminds me of TV on the radio, and yeah, I adore that band. And they're
so on the Took Pop ones.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
Same. At the Castello.
Yeah.
I chose the new Nothing as my cover of the year, but looking back at it, the Young Fathers has the cover of the year for me. It's kind of in the same vein. It has this weird cowboy looking whatever. 2 more, Blue Chemise, Daughters in Time. It came out on Students of Decay. It is a Mark Gomez project, and he is from Australia. It's a record like the first one I was talking about. Which one was it?
Sounds like a skateboarder.
Sounds like a skateboarder.
Mark Gonzalez.
One of those records that I can't put my finger on. I'm not sure what it is. It's the Momentumless Identity, the guy that Jim Fass has a distro, the guy from Hole. And he always has these weird records and tapes, and once in a while I just tap into one of them and see what it is. This is one of them. This is a record consisting of very short songs recorded with a dictaphone, so it's not lo-fi, it's actually really good in production. But every song title is a female name. And it's kind of creepy, so it kind of is...
The fact that he chooses female names, or
yeah,
the music?
But the music also, it's kind of soundtrack. It's really a soundscape soundtrack. It has a creepy vibe, but it's kind of beautiful at the same time. So, plus the cover is just a white with a blue rose on it. It's weird. And then the last one to put a bit of oomph in the top 5 is Geld with Perfect Texture. Australian punk DB band on Iron Lung and Static Shock, which are playing right now because Static Shock Fest is in full effect, I think. Yeah. They're playing Monday in Music City, so I'm definitely going. They had a full-length Perfect Texture and then Soft Power 7-inch, and it's described as psychedelic D-beat, but it's just
psychedelic D-beat.
It is, yeah. It has members of Chromosome and Power. I don't know Power, but if you can do something with that. So that's my top 5 missed albums. Like I said, I delved too much into black metal and I missed tons. And since we did the last podcast, I just bought 1 issue of The Wire and went wild on stuff.
The Wire is a magazine?
Wire is a magazine, yeah.
Which the TV show.
Yeah,
Didn't really.
You bought the DVD?
You
Bought
bought
the
the
DVD
DVD
wire?
I
box,
bought season 1 of The Wire and I've been whoa, mind blown.
McNulty
Left my couch.
Yeah. No, the Wire. I think you will like that too. That magazine.
Yeah, the names, it says something about it, yeah.
It's the subtitle is something like Modern Adventures in Electronic Music or something.
Okay. This is something like Gonzo, the Dutch Belgian magazine-ish.
The better version.
The 3 steps above.
Okay.
Yeah, but something like Gonzo. Yeah, why not? Yeah, that was the top 5 2018. A lot of new shit to check out, especially from you two guys. We are going to go into the playlist, just what we were listening to this week. It kind of intensified for me digitally also since the last time. Kind of was using Bandcamp to check a lot of shit. Still haven't gone to Spotify.
Welcome to 2019.
Thanks, bro. Alright, part 2, we are back. We are listening to the Only Lovers Left Alive, and this is a soundtrack for the Jim Jarmusch movie that has Jozef and Wissem and SQÜRL on it. We just started going into the record and then we decided, no, let's record this because we went to see Jozef and Wissem playing live in front of the screen when they were playing on a boat in Liège.
Yeah.
On a boat.
Awkward
But
show.
it was like the shittiest infrastructure. They marketed it like, yeah, he's going to play over the visuals of the movie. Yeah. Which, in theory, they weren't lying. He was indeed playing over the visual of the movie, but they were literally put on the DVD, and you saw them like in fucking Winamp or whatever, like play, and then the movie just started from the first second, and then
it was kind of too much behind the scenes to.
Didn't make any sense, and then it was like a 40-minute show, and then 40 minutes of the movie, and then it's just like, okay, we're done, we're done. So it wasn't like the scene of the movie where the music aligned with the
playing with his lute or whatever. But the most awkward thing I was experiencing was the guy was sitting there. I don't know if you saw him play live.
I saw him at Primavera once.
He has these. I don't know if he had them. Those black metal armbands with the spikes on it.
I can't imagine that, so no.
But on a boat in Liège, he had black metal spikes playing the lute. Jim Jarmusch, and then he was walking through the crowd like.
It was like only like 40 people there, and it was like rows of 3 people and 2. So he was like going through the middle aisle, like
sitting in a chair, and we
like
we
78 snares on his lute.
I can't handle that.
It was very awkward.
That was one of the most.
It was good, shows. But it was really awkward and really shitty in a way as well.
It was just one of those nights in Liège, I guess.
That is
and it took like forever before you started.
Jesus Christ, I was wasted before we started. And I had to drive.
And you would think it was like an hour later, so you would think, oh, the visuals must be
this is
impressive.
Going to be
it takes long,
because it was in the hull of the boat, or whatever you want to call it, because we couldn't go down because they were setting up and blah, blah, blah. And the pre-show was that Innerlord guy.
Oh, the guy with the rat tail and the cello.
Fucking Christ. So that kind of set it the scene.
Oh, what is the venue called?
I don't think it's a venue.
Poor man's boat.
The poor man's boat. That's the only time I ever heard of it. I just think someone called, hey Jozef, I have a boat, you want to go...
Come over and play some tunes?
You want to go hard on the lute?
Bring your lute and your metal
Bring your lute, let's do it. Alright, so that concludes...
But it was good. It was good. What shit.
Hot shit. That concludes Only Lovers Left Alive, which is one of my favorite movies, nonetheless. Here we go. I'm going to have to do this again because the camera cut out on us again. Vanum, Ageless Fire on Psychic Violence and Profound Lore. Great record by one of the guys from Psychic Violence stable. He has Vord, he has Yellow Eyes, he is the drummer for Fell Voices. So yeah, a great new offering from Vanum, which is the second full length, I think. The second one is Aesop Rock and Tobacco with Malibu Can.
What's the song called? Malibu? What?
Malibu Can.
Malibu Can
is the entire record. The project together they are Malibu Can and the record is called Melody Can. On Rhymesayers Entertainment. Yeah, great lazy beats from Tobacco with, yeah, just some good lyrics from A$AP Rock, which is one of the MCs I got to know through the Def Chuck's label, the entire thing. I'm running through this a bit fast. If you want to have the better version of this, just listen to the audio only, because I am not going to do this again. The Germans, a Belgian band, which are, yeah, just a great band that performed live at Play Festival, which won me over completely with their live set. Someone is flushing the toilet upstairs, so this is really a top-notch podcast. The Germans with sexuality, this part is just garbage anyway. They have a new record on m.A.A.d Records. They presented 3 tracks, which is William, that was months ago, and then Greek Flutes, which came out I think last week. The cover was just a block of feta, but a picture or a drawing, I'm not sure, but it just grabbed me and I was sold on the entire project.
What's called Greek meat flute?
Greek.
Meat flute.
So yeah, the video version is great too. Yeah, Sexuality is the records of meat flutes. I don't know, yeah, probably. No, Greek flutes. I'm going to talk a bit more about the record when I'm showing it, because I bought the limited version, which are only 50 of them with a beach towel and whatever. The 1, 2, 3, 4th one is Funeral Presence with Achatius, not sure, on Ajna Offensive and Sepulchral Voice. The guy the drummer from, I knew it the first time. Oh wow, I'm blanking. Anyway.
So Funeral Dress and the new album, or what? That was pretty cool. I thought they quit like a long time ago. It's good to hear that they're still.
This thing is a complete clusterfuck. By all means, go listen to the audio. Funeral Presence, I will talk about that one again in the next video. Yeah, really good records. 4 tracks from the drummer of. God damn it, I can't think of the record or the band. For God's sakes, never mind. The last one, and I know what this is Diet with Positive Disintegration, the follow-up to Positive Energy on Iron Lung. I'm not sure what Euro label is doing it, but yeah, it's just.
I think it's the one with the record store in
Berlin.
Yeah,
it's the Bissoff message again.
Yeah, I assume so. Yeah,
I think so too. They did the previous one. Positive Disintegration. So yeah, it's post-punk. It's a really good record. I listened to 2 tracks. No, I listened to more tracks, but I haven't delved really into it. So yeah, I'm not going to mention the Def Heaven, just listen to the audio. That was my playlist, and I'm going to think about the Funeral Presence. Yeah, I'm blanking on the band. It's
okay, son.
It's okay.
It's okay. Last beer on Earth.
Keep it going.
So yeah, Thomas, your playlist.
Oh yeah, just me again. Like I mentioned before, I think the Boy Harsher record was my number 1. The newest record, like I said before, really danceable, synth wavy, whatever you want to call it. Good, decent, nothing original, nothing new, but just decent. 2 tracks were really earworms, like super decent made tracks on the record. So yeah, it's cool. I listen to it on the car when I drive to my work. You know, in the morning, so it's okay.
Car music is usually what
yeah. And the reason why I haven't listened to that much music last month because I bought a Nintendo Switch.
It's me, Mario.
So I've been busy playing.
Negative Plane. That's the band.
Yeah. Hooray.
For Funeral Dress.
For Funeral Dress.
I've been listening to I've been playing a lot of Mario Odyssey. What the fuck. So yeah, Mario is awesome as well. My second album on the list was the new Varg. Mixtape, LP, whatever you want to call it, whatever he wants to call it.
Yeah.
digital release, but apparently he's going to release it on tape as well.
It's a double tape on Bosch isolation.
Yeah, I've mentioned Vark quite a couple of times.
Yeah, we
over the last two.
we were going to introduce Varskonen. I was thinking about doing Varskonen and then doing a pop quiz with just sentences. And then is it Vark Vikernes or is it
Crying is cardio. It's probably Vark.
Oh, it's a role-playing game from.
Yeah, I see a lot of potential in that.
Yeah, so maybe for next we'll do is it Vark or is it Vark?
Yeah. The third record was the Creation and More record.
Oh yeah.
Also released on the Bosch Isolation Network. Yeah, what to tell about the record? It's a blend of pop music, this deconstructed rhythms, synthesizers, electronic music. I don't know. It's just a really nice blend.
I think what Jan said in the audio only version, which is weird right now, but we'll get over it. The fact that Vark Flora Series Volume 5 is kind of the culmination of everything he's been working on for the past years. I think this record is what he's been working on or working towards, and it is an extremely good record with some banger tracks on it.
Yeah.
I think Voorbeeld. No, I'm not sure what the track is called, but something like that. Yeah. When I heard that one, it was just okay. This is
it's just a beautiful record.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
A lot of nice textures. I think that's the correct word.
There's a lot
of
textures.
textures.
There's a much fuller sound than all the previous, or it's much more layered than the previous albums.
Yeah, it is. It's I'm not going to say masterpiece because let's be honest, it's out for 3 weeks or something like that. But I think in the Bosch catalog, it will be one of the standouts.
They're making a very strong start of 2019.
If they can keep it up. I'm thinking the other like Empire Line, maybe full length there, maybe H Corner full length. If they can keep up what they're doing.
Scandinavia is going hard in 2019.
Yeah. So because the Flora also is going to have a release. Flora project. It's Vark.
I think it's the new EP or something is out now. The 5-song EP for Flora.
Is it out?
I think, or it's like online already.
Okay.
I think. I'm not sure.
That I know of. But
what?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Do you have anything else for playlist?
Yeah. But what was it? I think the Young Lean EP, the Poison Ivy EP from Young Lean. Also, when I drive to work, you know, it's like a 16-minute commute. When I wake,
I wish my communion was 16 minutes.
I've been listening to a lot of Young Lean last year, and you know, it's just something really refreshing and something. The guy's like 21, 22 years old.
That's what's incredible.
He was literally a kid when he recorded his first. He was like 16 years old when he recorded his first album, and he had such a big impact on global hip hop, basically. You know, before even himself, he knew what kind of impact he had. He had the impact, you know. He was doing something else.
Yeah, really organic.
Yeah. It's funny because the new EP got like a really shit rating on all the more popular websites like Pitchfork, and give him like a 3.5 or 4 for the new EP, claiming that he was going a bit too lyrically super weak, but it's not like you've been listening to Young Lean that the lyrics were literary masterpieces.
That's the problem with mumble. Let's call it mumble. SoundCloud rap being elevated.
But that's a little short to record.
What I'm trying to say is, let's call it the top of that when it gets elevated or when it gets picked up by Pitchfork. What people expect about an artist like that.
Pitchfork is just trash, you know. It's like they get. Please, there are examples of records that they rate.
I think it kind of depends who rates what.
No.
I mean, there are
Obviously, so.
they're doing a lot of good things because, I mean, the Pitchfork Festival, the things that I see there, the live video, not that I went to Pitchfork, but the live videos I see on YouTube. Yeah, once again, that Julian Baker video is just incredible. But it is a weird website. I maybe 6-7 years ago I went to it daily.
Yeah, but now it's a bit. I can't give any, but like Young Lean is the most recent example where I was like, yeah, like they try to make a scholar academic view on everything.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
Fucking Young Lean 15-minute EP. You don't need to go.
That's what I mean when that kind of hip hop gets elevated to the Pitchfork level by.
And like if I ever see every Migos album gets like an automatic 9 best new music, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck not?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, well, whatever. It's a different discussion.
Apples and oranges. Okay, that's about it for the playlist. I'm sorry that it got kind of fucked up, but hey, what were you expecting? If you want to hear the polished version, especially with my top 5, just go to the audio only, which has a link in the
description below.
It will be a SoundCloud like the previous one. We're going to cut here. We're going to smoke. He's going to knit a brown sweater, and then we're going to go in the main ticket of this episode, and that is the Roadburn special. So yeah.
Meanwhile, we're drinking some Westmalle Trappist triple.
Yes, Westmalle Trappist triple, also triple.
Also known as the best beer probably in Belgium.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Lagunitas IPA lately.
Yeah, it's definitely the best Belgian beer.
Most definitely the best Belgian.
Very Belgian.
Carlsquell beer.
So yeah, beers all around. That's probably why we fucked up the
Corona.
No.
That's not because of that.
No, it's my cracker can. Yeah, see you in part 3.